Hello, my name is Randy Fisher. I'm an attorney here in Stuart, Port St. Lucie, and Jupiter, Florida. Today what I'm going to talk about is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. What is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act? It really is the Consumer Bill of Rights. So why would it matter? Why does it apply to me? Well, it applies in situations where you have a debt collector attempting to collect a debt. That sounds like that's pretty obvious, and it is. But it doesn't apply to situations where you have an originator such as, for example, say you had a loan or a line of credit with a major bank like Wells Fargo or Bank of America, and they were calling you to collect on that debt. In that case, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act would not provide you with any protection because they are not a debt collector. To address some of the salient points of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act as it relates to consumers, first of all, probably one of the most important points is, whether or not you're going to be subject to harassment. And one harassing instance or area would be receiving phone calls before 8 o'clock or phone calls after 9 p.m. Those are not allowed under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Another issue is that when you do receive a phone call from a debt collector, they have to identify themselves as a debt collector. Otherwise, they are violating the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Another issue would be, harassing phone calls. They are not allowed to use profanity or, yell at you. They're also not allowed to use false or misleading statements. And what that means is they can't tell you, that they are going to come and, file an action against you that day if it's an out-of-town collection company or an out-of-state collection company, and it's not represented by any attorneys here in state, because that can't happen, so that would be misleading. It is important to know your rights under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and to explore all avenues available to you. If you are getting harassing phone calls, let's say 3 or 4 phone calls from the same debt collector, that might qualify as well. The only way to find those things out is to contact my office. If you have any questions, please give me a call. My number here is 772-463-7737. Thank you so much.